E-crime education for seniors, creating awareness and educating senior citizens on safe internet usage. This video is part of a series of online safety awareness campaigns launched by E-crime Expert and is brought to you by Dan Manolescu, E-crime consultant at ecrimeexpert.com. According to the cloud security company and its Internet in Safe Hands security awareness campaign, 90% of Internet users over 60 are male and spend more than 5 hours a week online, mostly checking their email, looking for information on leisure activities, reading the news, or banking online. Research conducted by the Pew Internet and American Life Project in January 2009 identified that the number of Internet users, which has grown from 26% in 2005 to 45% in 2009, includes those aged 70 to 75 years. Research by Nielsen also showed that the number of users who are 60 years old increased from 11.3 million in 2004 to 17.5 million in 2009. These increased numbers show that elders, like other age groups of users, are increasingly using the Internet for its convenience, social connections and interactions, as a source of information, and for entertainment purposes. Europe has an estimated population of over 800 million, representing 11.9% of the world's population. As of June 30, 2010, there were over 475 million Internet users with a 58.4% penetration rate and a growth rate of 352% between 2000 and 2010. These numbers place Europe in third place for Internet usage in the world. Germany, France, Italy, and Spain are in the top 20 countries for Internet usage. The European Union counts nearly 500 million people, representing 7.3% of the world's total population, with over 337 million Internet users and a penetration rate of 67.3%. Between 2000 and 2010, the Internet usage grew by over 250%, Europeans accounting for 17.2% of the total Internet users in the world. These numbers show that Internet usage is very high in the EU. With the more users, the more opportunities there are for e-crimes. Online identity theft is one of the most common threats for Internet users according to the European Commission, Federal Trade Commission, the Identity Theft Task Force, United Nations, and the Internet Crime Complaint Center, which stated identity theft as the number 3 in the top Internet crime complaints in the 2010 report. Identity theft is one of the easiest cybercrimes to commit in terms of the methods employed by the cybercriminals. The high number of Internet users across the European Union and the increasing number of senior users creates greater online opportunities, and thus the Internet is the most common method for committing identity theft. For example, someone using social network services such as Facebook could unknowingly have his sensitive information with reference to his gender, full name, Facebook ID, complete address and phone number displayed, and thus easily accessible to criminals. Furthermore, while browsing for information or exchanging emails, seniors could be at risk because of the increasingly and sophisticated spamming and phishing methods criminals employ. This information can be accessed and then used by criminals for identity theft for purposes such as opening a bank account, creating an ID, getting a loan, renting a car, or applying for a credit card. The technical features, along with the user's basic information on education and using such online services, could easily lead to identity theft, which, according to the European Commission plan to deliver justice, freedom, and security to citizens, is one of the fastest-growing crimes in the world today, clearly linked to organized crime, and that affects governments, businesses, and citizens. Furthermore, in the United States, identity theft in relation with SNS such as Facebook is a current issue, as addressed by the U.S. Congress in a letter dated February 2, 2011, where it was explained how easily a person with Internet access could access users' private information and commit identity theft with the current Facebook policies in dealing with and making available users' private information to third-party application developers. Considering Facebook's response dated February 23, 2011, where it is clearly indicated that addresses and phone numbers will be made available to developers since they do not present a real risk, it brings up the following questions. How many current Internet users are aware of this? How many of the continuously growing number of senior users understand these risks, which could affect them if no adequate intervention is made? The intervention in this situation could be legal instruments, better enforcement, such as the criminalization of identity theft as the EU Commission aims, or awareness campaigns that could prevent the crimes before they need to be investigated or punished by providing adequate e-education and awareness campaigns tailored to specific types of users. So the question is, why should we also focus on senior users in addition to other demographic groups? There are already some programs aimed at youth using the internet. Teenagers and children, which represent another sensitive category of internet users, are already the subjects of educational and awareness programs run by the European Commission, such as the iOnline, InSafe, or Safer Internet Centers, and also by many other non-profit and non-governmental organizations. The digital divide among internet users rationale. The digital divide regarding senior users occurs because those users are not as well trained due to having less access to educational programs. The digital division should not occur among users due to their age. There is no reason that seniors should be deprived of the opportunity of learning to use the internet safely. The aim of the European e-inclusion policy is that no one is left behind when it comes to benefiting from ICT. This policy focuses on reducing the gaps among ICT usage in order to diminish social inclusion, improve economic performance, improve employment opportunities, and create a better quality of life. The EU Commission, on its digital agenda, proposes a series of measures to promote the take-up of digital technologies by potentially disadvantaged groups, such as the elderly, less literate, etc. Moral anti-age discrimination. Even though seniors represent a generation that will fade away in 10 to 20 years, it is not an excuse to exclude them from the benefits of using the internet, computers, smartphones, etc., to marginalize them and let them become victims of online criminals. This also indirectly affects global society, their families, and the economy. Identity theft results in significant money loss. For this reason, seniors should be helped and taught how to use the new technological developments in order to be better included and served in the online world as they are offline. For these reasons, the need of addressing seniors' access to ICT and a way to deliver, protect, and enhance the access to ICT is required and urgent. As mentioned, this demographic group of internet users is growing very fast, and eventually it might exceed the regular user group because the baby boomers will retire and there will be a higher population of older people than younger. The risks such as identity theft methods are very common and change rapidly, and the Commission identifies elders as a disadvantaged group in regards to e-inclusion and ICT usage. Proposed measures and actions. An association of e-fraud and cybercrime victims should be created with the aim to support victims. Tutorials and seminars on internet safety offered in centers such as retirement homes, senior centers, and social clubs. Further measures include the production of CDs and DVDs with tutorials on how to use the internet safely, with a focus on age-specific activities such as e-commerce, online banking, and social media. Consulting services on internet safety for authorities, businesses, and individuals, and ICT impact assessments to see how seniors perceive the use of internet communication technologies, its socioeconomic impact, and the most common threats they encounter. The scope of this e-crime education campaign is to increase the online safety of users, and in this case seniors aged 60 years and over, with programs tailored to their age group, because using the internet involves threats and risks for all age groups, and these can be prevented through awareness and education. Any questions about this e-crime education campaign or inquiries about collaborating on this project can be sent to dan@ecrimexpert.com. And more information can always be found at www.ecrimexpert.com. An informed user makes an informed decision.